Hello, everybody. Welcome to my channel. Today we will be doing August 2024 finished pages. I know it's not August 31st, but I have decided that since I have to do some housework and some cleaning, I figure I'll do the finished pages I did do. We also have a mini book haul, meaning mini reading book haul. So as some of you know, I went to New York for about a week to go to see my cousin get married. So we did that, and I did post some videos. I hope you guys enjoyed the 3 videos. 2 were diamond painting, 1 was a color and chat video. So I hope you guys like that. I haven't worked on the diamond painting since I did those 2 videos. So where we were is where we are in that. So if you want to see where we are in that diamond painting, go check out those videos. The last one I did, which was the diamond painting video. So we're going to start off with the 2 PDFs that I colored in. So I put the links down. Hello, how are you, Shannon and Mel? I am good. I will be going through the book haul next. So what I did was, this one was a freebie that Nori Art gave on her coloring book Facebook group. No, Nori Art has a Facebook group. She does a lot of books. So this one was Girl with an Ice Cream Cone. So you can see on camera it looks red. I don't brownish red. But on camera it shows up as red. I don't know why, but I enjoyed coloring this one. This one was a freebie. Hey Claire, how are you? Wow, we got 2 people already. So I did that one. And then I think, what is this one? Behind the Mirror. This is an old one, I think. What is this one? Behind the Mirror by Kateriyna. This one is Behind the Mirror by Kateriyna Bobarykina. She is a Russian artist, very much like Anastasia Koldareva, but this is Kateriyna Bobarykina-Got. I used markers with this one. So basically, I only have my Copics right now. So that's the only marker. So everything here is Copic markers. I like this one. I thought it was very much in the season. And now that pumpkin spice latte is back, it is officially fall, so we can start working on fall pictures now. Yay! So now we're going to go through the book haul. Now, the first 3 are all book club books, so they're all for my book club. This one is for this upcoming month. This is the new one for September's book club. So this is what is called Long Live Evil by Sarah Rees Brenan. Now, this is for the book club. What this book is, it's a twist on the superhero, the hero and the villain. So basically what it is about this girl dying of cancer. And one day she's in the hospital and this woman comes to her and says, how would you like to be in your favorite book? And your personality will align to whatever character you are in. And she ends up in her favorite book series, which is called Time of Iron, which is the name of this series. And this is really funny. I have already started it. This is for the romantasy. What romantasy is basically is romance and fantasy. So the last month of every month we discuss the book that we read for that month. So this is September's book. This is just already I'm enjoying this so much more than I've enjoyed a lot of the other ones. And this is really a lot of fun. I'm already enjoying this one. So the twist is that she becomes the villain in her favorite series. So I'm kind of enjoying that. Now for the fantasy group, now you're gonna get the fantasy group. So I'm gonna bring the 2 things that happen. What happened with the fantasy group? Now, what happened in the fantasy group was when we went, I saw this, that the bookstore selected the fantasy book, not the actual fantasy book club. So people were saying this is an exclusive Barnes & Noble edition. So this edition you can only get in the Barnes & Noble one. But originally the bookstore picked it and people said, no, we're not doing that again. We're not letting the bookstore pick our book. So we as a group voted on something else. But I bought this when I got to the store thinking that this was going to be the pick. So It is a beautiful thing. It is a beautiful book. What this is basically a Snow White retelling. So I ended up getting that one. Now, this is the book that we ultimately ended up picking. This is called How to Become the Dark Lord and Die Trying. So this is the book for the Fantasy Club, which we meet the last Wednesday of every month, unless there's an event happening somewhere else. The book club doesn't, the bookstores don't like, and the clubs don't like that if somebody's signing on that day. So then they change it probably to the week before to avoid people having to choose between going to their book club and the other thing. So that's what we ended up picking. Now this is supposed to be really funny, and the book, the person said this is really funny. The other choice was Dragonfall, so we voted, and it was a tie vote between Dragonfall and this. So then we flipped. The one in charge of the book club flipped the coin, and this book ended up winning the choice. So that's how that came about. Then I got this about 2 months, maybe 3 months ago. So this was this month's pick. I only read 150 of the 700-page monster. And so what's funny is that this book has been making the book club rounds. So this is about dragons. So this is also October's romantasy pick. So I have October's book. So this is about dragons. So this is really fat. It is a really thick book. My recommendation is if you want to read this, I recommend getting it on Kindle instead, because it is the huge size of this. Is a huge monster. So then I got this one at Barnes & Noble. I bought this mostly for the edges. I love a good horror book. This is by Harper L. Woods. The girl in the book club said to me that this one is very, very sexy. That Harper Woods reads really sexy. So you guys can see that I have this in there. And then, of course, but I do love a good, you guys know I do love a good edges. I'm a bit of a spade edges person. And then this one just appealed to me. This one is the Barnes & Noble's exclusive edition. So look at that. Really lovely thing. And this is called Voyage of the Damned by Frances White. There will be magic. There will be murder. If anybody's wondering, look at that. The inside. Right? That. And then the inside. If you want to see, it has a picture of the ship in it. So that's a really nice thing. Then it says from the library of. And then the back cover is a back cover, of course, with a finish in there. And there's the back cover. So I thought you guys would like seeing some of this stuff, what it has in the book. So that was that. We did that. So I didn't even do the stats for this, honest to God. So let's get started on coloring, because I know a lot of people come here for the coloring. So then I completed a page in Small Victories. Yay, a Color Your Horde one. Finally, I have done a lot of, I have a lot of whips in this. So it's kind of like I do when I have the time to do it. And I finally finished one. So I was really proud of the one that I finished. So this is the first one that I have completed. I did this little picture. I did this when I wasn't really very busy, and I figured I'd just get one done. And I did this one. I did this one with my colors, I think, and my Finding the Lost Girl pencils. So those are Japanese ones. Now this one, I think it's translated into My Spring Walk, if I'm not mistaken. Mindful Rulings, Spazria Gang, Osman and Un Church a Woman. This is by Rita Berman. I think it translates into My Spring Walk or Summer Walk. I'm not entirely sure, but I finally finished this one. I started with a different set of pencils, and I couldn't remember what pencils I used. But for some reason, whenever I color in this book, it leaves residue, so I'm going to have to put a sheet between everything I do. But this is one of those smaller books. So I did finally finish that one. So remember, I was also in New York for a week and I didn't take any coloring with me, so keep that in mind too. So this one is one of my top 10 books to finish. So this is 300 Mandalas. I think this book is out of print or they printed it under a different name because I saw something very similar to it, but it's not the same one. But someone says it's the exact same picture, so they may have rebranded it and not under Sally Berry. So this is the one I did, and I did this one at 8/20/24. I write down when I do these. So I picked 3 or 4 colors and then just did them the way that I did it and made it into a pattern. I do, when I color in this book, even though you see it has a black background, sometimes, even if the pages have black backgrounds, sometimes they leave yellow residue. Some markers, not all markers. My Copics don't tend to leave, in some of the books, my Copics don't leave that residue, and some they do. I don't know why. It's just a paper issue, I think. So you can see that these markers have plenty of juice because you can see that they left an impression. If they don't leave an impression, it means the markers didn't have juice. So that's how you know your markers are juicy, was what I was told. And now we'll probably be coloring in a lot this book this month. And in the fall, this is called Cute and Creepy Coloring. No, this is Pop Manga Cute and Creepy Coloring Book. This is also on my top 10 to finish. I have only finished one of my top 10 books, and then I finished another 2 this year. So in total, I have finished 3 coloring books this year. So we're trying to finish number 4, maybe number 5. So as you can see, I finally did the the 2 pages next to each other. I did these 2 pages. I finally did the the 3-headed French bulldog. I did this color using a Holbein color because this Holbein color, I forget what color it is, but it came out, actually this looks a lot better on camera than it does in person, which is really odd, but as you guys know that sometimes I have, my brother has a French bulldog and sometimes I pet sit him, so he enjoys coming here. I know, right? And then I also did the one next to it. It was when the dog goes viral and becomes beast. So, did this one already. This one I'm kind of like figuring out what I want to do with this one. This book is good for Halloween in the fall. You know, there's a lot of cute little pictures, so these are probably the next 2. I mean, I don't have much left in this book. I mean, I still have a lot left in this book to do, but I think this book is coming out very nicely. There is the possibility that I could finish it. If I don't finish it, I'll leave it for 30 or so, just like the Fairytales one. Some of these books are no longer in print, which makes it kind of hard for me to find links for these things. And I only managed to finish 1 in this book this month, and I started another page in this, but I didn't get to finish. So the one that I did is Fairytales. This is also a top 10 book to finish, and this is the 2nd year that I've been trying to finish this book because I tried last year with the pop manga and this one. So it comes out really nice. I only managed to do 1 this month, and I finally finished this one, the rose one. So I used a lot of different pencils. I started it, stopped, started, finished. That's the story of this book. Start, stop, finish. And then this is the one that's currently a whip in this one. So like I've gone all over this book and not done it in order. So sometimes you'll see a page here, sometimes you'll see a page in the back. But that's like, this is the one that I started. I have not finished it. So I started this with colors and some prismas. Colors and prismas. The other Nelco Neco book. I have the Nelco Neco, I think, has 3 or 4 books out. I only have 2 of them. I have the animals, waltzes, and the seasons one with the animals, and this one, and then I think she has another 2 out, but I don't have those other 2. I could be wrong. I think she either has 3 or 4. this illustrated, but I only have this book, which is what is this one? This one is called something. Ah, this one is called The Story of Modern Girls and Cats by Nelco Neco, and we did this actually as a pre-recorded video. So yeah, I did this one as a pre-recorded video. And we did this one. This is the one that we did on camera. There's a pre-recorded video, so if you want to go back and check out that video, there's a video of the pencils I used and I colored it. It was done because I was going away, and so I wanted to give you guys some coloring content, so I gave you one pre-recorded video. That one is on the channel. I have decided with this book, now this is not on my top 10, but this is kind of like running adjacent to it because I don't have many pictures left in this book now. Lana Green is a coloring book artist. She also has a Etsy store. She also has a Facebook group that I'm part of. So on Etsy, she has a lot of her work on sale, like individual pictures. And so recently she came out with a lot of coloring books on Amazon. She was a self-published artist. You know, Claire, grayscale. Depends on what the paper is. I'm going to give you 3 things about grayscale. Number 1, depends on the paper. The first thing is always the paper. The second thing is what medium are you using? Because on this one, because even though this is grayscale, I'm using colored pencil on. Now, some paper does not work well. Like when I colored the Jade Summer books or the Demeter Victoria grayscales, I will use markers in those, just because that paper is more favorable to the markers than it is this. But this paper is more favorable to colored pencils. So a lot of that is the paper and the medium. Also, it takes time to get good at grayscale. Grayscale you're not going to be good at it all at once. You know, it's the paper and the medium determine how you color in grayscale. So this is the one that I did. I did this early in the month. And what is this one? Oh, this is called Rose Bubble. So I think I have like 7 or 6 left in this book. I have decided that I am going to keep this one, even though this was not one of my top 10 to finish. So I am keeping this one. So, you know, different paper. So this is probably the next one we'll do. And a lot of these images were sold on her Etsy, like this one here. I have colored this one before, where you see little roses. I colored this one once before. I really like this picture. I had colored it once before. I bought the picture off of her Etsy store, so I'll color it in pencil. So, but you know, a lot of the artists do. Some of the artists do have Etsy stores, so check that out. Not every artist does, but now this one is on also the top 10 to finish, or top 9 now. I colored 2 pages in this. This one is also grayscale, but this one, see, now this is a grayscale that I colored with markers instead of pencils. So, because the paper in these 2 grayscale books are very different paper. So, I colored this one with markers. I was thinking I wanted something fun and a little summery, so I chose some summery colors, but because it's also starting to be fall, I took a little bit of darker flowers on it with a little bit of a purple on it. So but this paper, for whatever reason, has a yellow in, even with my markers. So I did this one. The little girl with the rabbit. This was the most recent one I did. As you can see, my pink marker was drying up a little bit, so I had to do a refill shortly after I did this picture. I should have gone back over it with the pink to cover it up, but sometimes you can't. So, but you see that this paper is more conducive to markers than the other book is. So everybody's going to tell you something different, but it all depends on what you like. Now, this one I got at the newsstand at my Barnes & Noble a while back. This is from a company called Future Publishing. So what they do is they have a series of book called Let's Color. And so every few months they'll do something different. Last time I was at the store, I saw one that was cats. I did not get that. That did not interest me. If the thing interests me, then I will purchase it. But I try not to purchase everything because number one, I don't have the room. Number two, I'm just not, if I buy a magazine, I have to really like the images. Plus, these books kind of get a little pricey. What was this? This one, I think was like, what was this? The cover price, what did they say? These are $13. So these are a little bit on the pricey side for $13. So, and so I did this one. We did this one. I enjoyed doing this one. I think I used some of the cheaper pencils. I think I used some Crayolas. And I think I used some Crayolas and some other pencils. I can't remember what I used, but it was pencils. Now, this is also in the top 10 to finish. I don't know why this is not going straight. Bye, Mom.
Bye.
Bye. Now, this one is also a grayscale coloring book. This is called Magical Fairies by Demeter Victoria, and it has 2 copies of each image. So they do one set of 25, and then they do another set of 25. Let's say you want to color one part in marker, and then you want to color the rest in pencil. So this is one that I'm in, which is a whip. And then I colored this one. This is the one that I colored. I like the rainbow. I like this, figured I'd do some nice summery colors on this. And I enjoyed coloring this. I really did enjoy this a lot. Made me feel good. And now we get the other thing. One of my goals this month was to color at least one hardcover. And this is a Maria Trollet book. She is an artist. This is Mandalas, which means I probably did not buy this off of Amazon. I probably bought this off one of the foreign sites because I got the Swedish edition. I don't remember where I bought this edition. So trust me, I did this one. I finally finished this one. I had been working on this one for a little while. Sometimes with Maria Trollet's pictures, I find them a little hard to work on because there's sometimes, they look simple, but they're not as simple as they look. So keep that in mind. I use Prismacolors, Holbeins, and Black Widows for that one. I remember using Black Widows for the greens. Another mandala book. Yes, I did a mandala book that wasn't in my book. So the next one I did is 101 Unique Mandalas by Camilla Andrikova. Now, this one is one of the ones, I did one of the simple ones, so I did this. Blue, purple, and bright purple pink, so. I sometimes like doing the simple ones for whatever reason. The simple ones are just, I enjoy this simple one. So we did one in there. I did a big one in there. So then this is the new book from Dover Publishing. Remember, this is from the same people that do the Color in Heavens. Those not Color in Heaven. What are they called? The Creative Haven books. So this is from the same parent company. So I did this one. I like doing this one. This is called Romantasy Coloring Book, and it's several different artists, so I like this one. I did this with Holbein's Prismas for the Skin, Black Widows, Finding the Lost Girl. Finding the Lost Girl pencils for the red. So this is what I did for the red here. Now this is a Color Your Horde picture. This is the new Color in Heaven that came. I'm on subscription, so I get my magazines monthly. You know anything about this magazine, you know that I get these monthly. I love buying these. They are so much fun to buy. I know I did not do as many as I normally do, and I'm okay with that because it's about quality than quantity, you know. I did do one in there. So these are by fashion. These are fashion forward. I think who is it? Ava Brown, I think is the artist. Who is this by? I believe Ava Brown. Yeah, Ava Brown books. Now, if you know anything about Ava Brown, she does a lot of whimsy stuff, and her style is more whimsical. So she came out right around the time that Demeter Victoria. Demeter Victoria is coming out. Ava Brown. There was another one. There were a few of them coming out around the same time as Demeter Victoria, and they were all very different. They were all very similar as Ava Brown. So, and I had a bunch of their books. So, this is one that I did with Black Widows, Holbeins, Prismas. Yeah, I think that was what I used. As you can tell, I like little fairies. I like the cute stuff too, but you know, I don't like it too juvenile. You get what I mean? And then our last book, which took me a while to do this because I had to look up the animal, and this is on my top 10 to finish as well. I will say this about this book. I love this book and I hate this book. The thing that I hate about this book is that the pictures are somewhat complicated to do. The thing I love about this is the way the pictures look at the end. So it's kind of like when I do these pictures, I try to do them in the correct way. I don't try to color them fantastical. I try to stay true to what their colors are. And I do have to look it up, and then I have to try and find, or try to be as close as I can to that animal, because this is about Fragile World and the animals that already exist in it. So we did this one. I did this one. This one took me about a good 3 to 5 days to do. I'm in love with this picture. I really love the way I made the bat look. I had to use my Holbeins for the bat, the wings were luminance. These green leaves were fabric crystals. These red was prismas. The brown here was Black Widow. I will tell you that right now. And the name of this animal, which one is this one? The hippopotamus. We know this is the hippopotamus. I'm a little scared to do this one because I'm trying to look at it and get the colors in my mind right. You can never entirely get the colors right. I think this was some kind of bat, if I remember. Okay, this is page 33. See here, they tell you what the bat is. It is the Philippine naked fruit bats critically endangered. So this is basically about animals that are endangered and everything else in it. I have enjoyed this very, very much. As you guys can tell, I have not had a busy month. I had a very busy month socially. I didn't color as much as I normally do. So this one was my favorite. The last one that I did was my favorite of all of them because I think it was most true to what it was. So, you know, when you do these pictures, they tend to sometimes get away from you. But I'll tell you right now, I really enjoy my fruit bats. I enjoy that. I have enjoyed the colorings a lot in this month. I think this month I have enjoyed the coloring a lot more than I have in the past. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this presentation and everybody stay safe and stay healthy. And I really hope you guys understand that this is a very, very shorter, it is a much shorter stream than normal. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and remember, oh, I also, before I left, I got my flu shot today. So, yeah, I went to my doctor today, and, well, one of my three doctors. And I got a flu shot. So hopefully I'll be okay. So everybody stay safe, stay healthy, and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Hopefully I can see you next week and we'll color something new. Everybody stay safe, stay healthy. Have a wonderful, blessed weekend. Bye everybody.